It's the first Friday in the month of March, and I welcome you to the evening news on Adoa TV. I am Benedicta, and the news is coming to you live from our studios on the John Evans Atta Mills High Street in Accra. We are also streaming live on Facebook at Adoa TV Ghana. Now, look at our top stories for tonight's bulletin. The second batch of Ghanaian students who fled Ukraine over the Ukraine-Russia conflict have arrived safely in Ghana today. And also in this bulletin, the Roads and Highways Minister Kwesi Amwaku Atta says no loss of revenue has been incurred to the state since the cessation of road toll collection. And with this, there have been some reactions from some members of parliament, and we will share that with you shortly. In business, Ghana is expected to engage global investors at the Dubai Expo, which is slated for March 8, 2022. We have details of these stories and more in this bulletin. Now, moving on to our first story, more Ghanaian students who fled Ukraine over the unrest in the country have arrived at the Kotoka International Airport in Accra on Friday, March 4th, 2022. The 24 students were met by the Deputy Foreign Affairs Minister Kweku Sapong, who welcomed them on behalf of the president. The first batch of Ghanaian students evacuated from Ukraine arrived in Ghana on March 1st, 2022.
Addressing the students, the Deputy Minister said, "I want to welcome you back home to Ghana on behalf of the president. I know you have been through a very traumatic and difficult situation, but thanks be to God that you are home today. All Ghanaians share in your plight. It is our hope that in good time, you will pull yourself together and go back to further your studies," he added. Students who arrived in Accra today thanked the government for coming to their aid when it was most needed amidst recounting the traumatic experience. "We want to thank the government of Ghana for the assistance. A lot of lives were lost and it was very sad." According to these students, the flight and the COVID test were very expensive, yet the government made sure everything was free, including accommodation, food, and the COVID-19 test. The first batch of Ghanaian students evacuated from Ukraine arrived in Ghana on March 1, 2022. Ghana's foreign ministry puts the figure of Ghanaian students in Ukraine who have fled the country and wish to return home at more than 500. The deputy minister added that the government has lobbied with the Russian government, and the good news is, after lobbying with the Russian government through the EU and the AU, President Putin agreed they would allow free passage of our citizens caught up in Sumy, Kavik, and the other areas immediately. The Red Cross will also participate in the safe evacuation of our citizens. The other good news is that the Hungary government has agreed to take those of you willing to transfer to the universities in Hungary, and they are prepared to assist with financial assistance like you were paying in Hungary. An arrangement has been made with the Ghana Psychological Society to assist with any psychological assistance if need be as you reintegrate into the society. They are here to give you some little information, and you can visit them later if you wish, he added.
Now, the Greater Accra Regional Minister Henry Quartey has stated that his office is committed to ensuring that the Greater Accra region contributes significantly to the 2022 Green Ghana Day. According to him, despite the beautiful site attraction that Greater Accra has, a lot more needs to be done, and planting of seedlings will help in this regard.
He made the statement while delivering the welcome address at the launch of the 2022 edition of the Green Ghana Day agenda under the theme, Mobilizing for a Greener Future.
I am deeply grateful to my good brother, the Member of Parliament for Damongu, and the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Honorable Samuel Abujinako, and the Green Ghana Planning Committee for selecting Greater Accra region for the launch of the 2022 edition of the Green Ghana Day event. I believe the selection of the region is not because we have the most degraded environment, but rather it is a collective decision to make the city of Accra and its environs greener and serene than we find it today. We in the Greater Accra region can really boast of our natural resources such as the Shire Hill Resource Reserve, Accra Zoo, Achimota Forest Reserve, Legon Botanical Gardens, the Densu Delta and Sakumo Ramsar site, and other interesting tourist sites. What is most challenging to the region, though, is how to maintain the environment and ensure that we don't lose these resources and their functions, which are critical for our very survival and sustenance. It is for this reason that we in the Greater Accra region boldly embrace and support the Green Ghana initiative. Last year, all the assemblies in the region actively participated in the maiden tree planting exercise, and we are committed to do even more this year.
He further disclosed that his office intends working closely with some ministries to plant trees in some specific part of Accra that has lost its trees. He was optimistic that traditional leaders and MMDAS will take advantage of this to embark on massive tree planting campaigns.
We will work closely with Parks and Gardens and the Minister of Transport to plant the road medians in the city and also take care of these trees as they grow. We also make the effort to restore our mangroves and wetlands at the coastal areas as they are currently almost degraded and have completely lost their ecological functions. It is my hope that our traditional leaders and other stakeholders in the region, especially the MMDAs, will take advantage of this launch to embark on a massive tree planting campaign to encourage tree planting in open spaces to create a unique environment in the region and also in other regions across the country. We want a clean and sustainable cities with environmentally friendly lifestyles, and we are determined to do so if we work together as a team.
That notwithstanding delivering the keynote address, the president disclosed that the 2022 Green Ghana Day is slated for Friday, June 10, 2022, with a target of planting 20 million tree seedlings.
Ghana project as part of an aggressive afforestation and reforestation program. With your support and enthusiasm, we exceeded our target of 5 million trees on the maiden Green Ghana Day by 2 million trees, thus reaching a total of 7 million trees. I'm informed that virtually all these trees are doing very well, and this encourages us to continue with the project and to do even more. This year, we've raised our target, and we've committed to plant at least 20 million trees. It requires that we mobilize the entire population to ensure that each Ghanaian and each foreigner, that is every resident in Ghana, plants at least one tree. This year's theme, Mobilizing for a Greener Future, demands that we do all we can to guarantee the survival of our country and of our planet. We can only realize this if we mobilize our population and commit to the preservation of our ecosystems. It should be our collective responsibility to advance the success of this year's event.
gone are the days that movies which were available to watch were Cantata, Things We Do for Love, Inspector Bediakun, Obra, among others. However, the modern trend in movies now are telenovelas, where Western, Asian, Spanish, Mexican, and other foreign movies are shown on televisions in Ghana. The local media outlets are seen translating these movies into local dialects to grasp audience attention. Now, as Ghana celebrates its month of heritage, Millicent Tiborimo hits the streets to find out from some Ghanaians whether it's time for the olden days movies to be brought back, or should the new trend of movies be the way to go.
I vividly remember growing up as a child in the early 90s. Every kid I grew up with at Idra in the Ashanti region never joked with their Sunday night bath because you would be refused entry into Hajia Hajare's room, which we wouldn't want it to happen because one cannot afford to miss an episode of TV series like Obra, I Told You So, Cantata, Things We Do for Love, among others. We felt our day was never complete without watching such movies. The moral lessons, education, and information was just amazing. As time changes and technology keeps improving, the narrative is changing as telenovelas are becoming the order of the day. As Ghana celebrates the month of heritage, some Ghanaians have argued that it's about time movies with storylines like the Obra, Cantata, among others, are brought back to our TV screens.
Obra, any Atamensa, old Atamensa, Odi movies, Sata, no. Not this year, you see. Yeah, the Obra, Ubamusam Palena, Yadia womb, Nansanio Muyi, Abrafa, Yantia, and I am Pope. Nti mo fa ye niama eye bibifo niama na e ba ma ye sia ye bibi niama na fimu no o mo sanfa mra eno na ye pe o sha niama e sisi wo ye anya ma ha o mo de ye movie nti man kwala no sia ene wo be se ye dan oba ne oba e tisi nti akwala tetewa nso o sia how to kiss him tamu de anka tete bia na me pe tete bia nge wo sha about woman when you so you almost me I did my own who said if grandpa was there to young grandpa with me guy and that the you know to be a foot row move a foot row with papa let me be there and pattern one so be all crown and a banner a woho and I a civil with me sata you with me cat and bank eh man I thought they were being said you man a pastor my chat I read the news said you because I not yet moving now yes atare na kise se kura de ma ne ma na se kise bia ne dia ye papa kise bia ne dia ba wo mu pa nti ye papa no na embra na ye nse na we dia ba ba se se ndo mo yi nu nfuru na ye nko kise bia no ane na ye pe
boko ai me ye na kase okay oh yeah yeah with this machine went out for some close to slow, and when he shouted, oh yeah, 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 people start to laugh at it. When's the other pipe organ? So, Papa, Mo, Uncle, and when he shouted, oh yeah, 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 people.
And another week has passed and the business of Parliament has gone without any presentation of the e-levy and the State of the Nation's address, which has been long overdue per Article 67 of the 1992 Constitution. Speaking on the business proposal for the week ending 11th March, as presented by the Deputy Majority Leader, Honorable Afenyo Markin, the Member of Parliament for the Buem constituency, Kofi Adams, has lamented the absence of the e-levy and the State of the Nation's address. He queried when the President will address the House.
I want to commend the Business Committee for the business statement as submitted. Two items, Mr. Speaker, that have featured prominently in their previous reports that we haven't heard anything and no news about. The Deputy Leader attempted to give us indication on e-levy, but Mr. Speaker, he shied away from telling us anything about State of the Nation address by the President, which was indicated in the previous business statement, and later we were told it's no longer happening. Is there any news as far as the Business Committee or the Presidency is concerned about his address to Ghanaians in this House to tell us the state of affairs? Is it that we do not care to know about the state? Because last week when we met here, Mr. Speaker, the Deputy Majority Leader made it look like we have to arrange. If we have to, is it that the House don't care? We care to know a lot about the state and the real state of affairs. So the Business Committee should consider letting us, all of us, know when we are arranging for the President to come and address the nation. So, Speaker, again on e-levy, why should we now hang under the general admission of bills, statements, and papers? If in the past the Business Committee found it necessary to give us indication and information that on a particular day there is either a possibility of withdrawing and relaying, we want to have that indication in this same statement. That when are we going to consider that? Are we just going to continue? Are we going to see a withdrawal and a relaying? Because he added in his statement, Mr. Speaker, that we have delayed as a House. I don't think that we have delayed as a House. We have been insisting on our side that they should bring this for us to determine.
Meanwhile, Honorable Afenyo Markin, addressing concerns of the minority, says the House is putting things in order so as to program Mr. President to come and address the House.
Mr. Speaker, Honorable Kofi Adams wanted to know about the state of the nation. Mr. Speaker, it is for us as a House to communicate to the Presidency our readiness, and the President is not out of time. He is within the time required of him to come. So we are putting our house in order as a House. I'm saying we are putting our house in order as a House. Yes. Mr. Speaker, so would program Mr. President to come.
Minister for Roads and Highways, Honorable Amwaku Atta, has indicated that the cessation of road and bridge toll collection sanctioned via press release on 17th November 2021 across all 38 toll centers of the country by the substantive minister has incurred no loss of revenue to the state. He added that the approval of the 2022 budget zero-rated road tolls, and as such there will be no revenue in 2022 from road tolls.
Mr. Speaker, there are in total 38 toll stations across the country. There has been no loss of revenue to the Ministry of Roads and Highways since the cessation of the correction of road tolls. Mr. Speaker, after the presentation of the 2022 budget statement and economic policy of government by the Minister of Finance on 17th November 2020, most road users refused to pay road tolls at all the locations throughout the country. During that period, there was confusion between road users and the correctors. Mr. Speaker, in order to save lives and property at the toll locations, a directive was issued for the suspension of the correction of the tolls. Mr. Speaker, with the approval of the 2022 budget, effectively, road tolls have been zero rated and there will be no revenue in 2022 for road tolls. Thank you.
And still in Parliament, the minority has expressed shock at a revelation made by the Roads and Highways Minister Honorable Amwaku Atta about the securitization of the e-levy. Addressing the press in Parliament today, Member of Parliament for the Adaklu constituency, Honorable Kwame Governs Agboja, says there is no security and sincerity on the part of government.
Our friend, our colleague, the road minister was in the house diligently. As I've always said, he's done religiously as a minister to respond to questions put to him by colleagues regarding issues on road. This morning, I sought to find out from the minister whether the state or how much the state has lost since the cessation of road tolls in the country. In his answer, he said that in the approved budget, road tolls have been zero rated, so no money have been lost. But friends of the media, you must understand that the minister announced the cessation of the collection of tolls on the day the budget was read. The budget was not approved on the same day. So surely there was about 25 to 30 days gap between the day the announcement was made and the day the budget was actually approved. Significantly, the NPP government pretended that the road toll, the e-levy was all about helping Ghana to stop borrowing, that we should be on our own, we should generate our own revenue and use it to do the things that we needed to do. Shockingly, in the minister's answer today, he let the cat out of the bag by saying that when we pay e-levy, the government was going to securitize and take bigger loans with the e-levy. In effect, e-levy would only give government the opportunity to do even bigger borrowing than they are doing now. So e-levy will not stop us from borrowing, because when you borrow, you must pay back. So I think this is very, very important. He also tried to rationalize by saying that when the reason they suspended the collection of tolls was that the tolls were not bringing in enough revenue. My brothers and sisters, it's a fact that in the 2022 budget, road fund is supposed to generate at least 2 billion Ghana cedis. In 2021, the road tolls accrued over 78 million Ghana cedi. A government that is, we are told, is broke, 78 million Ghana cedi could have paid at least NAPCO people. So it is not true to say that the 78 million Ghana cedi is not needed. We needed it. In any case, we are going to invest, they claim we are going to invest in, creating job for the youth, isn't it? We have other taxes we have other taxes that are being collected to do the same thing. Why haven't they stopped those ones? They talk about other things, including sports and other, we are paying all those things. So for the record, we just want you to be aware and convey this to the Ghanaian, that contrary to government comments, that e-levy is to give us independence from the Bretton Woods institutions, i.e., so that we stop borrowing. Today you've heard it yourself. Subsequently, he tried to wiggle himself out of it by saying it is possible. That was not the answer he gave me when I asked him a direct question. But knowing what he said was not going to sit well with the Ghanaian people, because he's exposed the government's real intention. The real intention is for government to get the e-levy passed and securitize it and take bigger loans. So generations beyond me, beyond the minister, beyond President Akufo-Addo will be saddled with debt. I think this is insincerity on the part of government. You can see why Ghanaians are still opposed to this, because there's no sincerity on part of government.
And the Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources responsible for lands and forestry, Honorable Benedicta Dodoo, says the provision of formal land administration services is at the core of every sector of the Ghanaian economy. He said this when he inaugurated the Oti Regional Lands Commission office in Dambai on behalf of the Sector Minister, Honorable Samuel Abu Jinapor, on Friday, 4th March 2022. He alluded that land administration services, including survey and mapping, valuation of property, rating, state land acquisition, land management, and registration, are critical services that help propel the socio-economic development of the country.
The Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources responsible for lands and forestry, Honorable Benedicta Dodoo, says the provision of formal land administration services is at the core of every sector of the Ghanaian economy. He said this when he inaugurated the Oti Regional Lands Commission office in Dambai on behalf of the Sector Minister, Honorable Samuel Abu Jinapor, on Friday, 4th March 2022. He alluded that lands administration service, including surveying, mapping, valuation of property, rating, state land acquisition, land management, and registration, are critical services that help propel the social economic development of the country. Lands is a strategic asset which forms the basis of every development activity, and hence the need for formal lands administration to promote development at all levels, he added. The Deputy Minister said the inauguration of the regional office will become useful and drive social economic growth, stating that in the past, land administration service could only be accessed from the whole office of Lands Commission, as applicants had to travel for about 3 hours from Nkwanta, Jasikan, Bando, Nkonya, and other surrounding areas to access land administration service in whole. He indicated that with the establishment of the Oti Region's Lands Commission, that burden has become a thing of the past, which further eliminates the unofficial cost associated with land administration service, which was a burden on the prospective applicant. Honorable Benedicta added that the purpose of the inauguration of the Oti Region Land Commission office is in accordance with Article 206, Clause 1 of the 1992 Constitution, which provides that the Lands Commission shall have a branch in each region to be known as the Regional Lands Commission for the performance of the functions specified in Article 258 of this Constitution. Honorable Benedicta Dodoo indicated that His Excellency, the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, upon assumption of office, carried out his promise of creating new regions to bring government's machinery closer to the people. As such, the pursuant to constitutional instrument Clause 113 of 2019, 6 new regions, including Oti Region, were established in fulfillment of that vision. Deputy Minister stated that it became necessary to expedite action to establish the Oti Region office of the Commission. Honorable Benedicta Dodoo also highlighted some key importance of services rendered by the Commission, saying Land Commission here, on behalf of government, shall manage public lands and any other land vested in the President by the Constitution or by any other law, and any other lands vested in the Commission. Advise the government, local authorities and traditional authorities on the policy framework for the development of particular areas of the country to ensure the development of individual pieces of land is coordinated with the relevant development plans for the area concerned, among other importance. He added that the regional office will operate in full digital environment, which will help achieve speed and reduce the usual delay associated with processing of documents in manual environment. The OT Regional Minister, Honorable Joshua Jaman Makubu, on his part, expressed his appreciation to the Deputy Minister and the Minister for their tireless effort to ensuring the completion of the office. Mr. Makubu said there is a new dawn in OT region to resolve land issues with the commissioning of this building for land administration. Honorable Joshua also stated that one of the reasons for the creation of the OT region was to create job opportunities for the youth of the region, and use the occasion to appeal to the Deputy Minister to ensure that a positive discrimination to employ locals is realized. The Executive Secretary for Corporate Service of the Lands Commission, Surveyor Jones Ofori-Boadu, in an address expressed his heartfelt gratitude to the Ministry for the completion of the project. He indicated that the Regional Lands Commissioner to OT Region has taken steps to go digital by scanning all documents as well as segregating documents of OT Region from Volta Region. He also indicated that plans are far advanced to extend the services of the Commission at the district level and called for frequent stakeholder engagement between the ministry, agencies, and traditional authorities.
Now, as part of activities to mark this year's Heritage Month, management of Rinse Royal Montessori on the 3rd of March 2022 organized a Career Day celebration at the school premises. The occasion was graced by speakers from various career fields to help the children to understand the fields of career they are choosing at their tender age.
Speaking to Mr. Alfred Ejiriku, the headmaster of the school, he made it known that it wasn't an easy task trying to organize such a program because it took them about a month to get everything set and put everything in place. He again expressed his gratitude to various speakers who made it to the program and is very proud of the questions the students were asking the various career speakers even at their early stage of life.
We wanted them to have an insight as to the various occupations that people go through, and therefore we've invited people to come and then talk to them, and we could see that on the compound we realized people are in doctors' uniform, engineers' uniform. Others are also.
I was really impressed when
Yes. Some are in a policeman's uniform and then a soldier uniform. And therefore, what is important is we're giving them the idea that if you want to be maybe a teacher, you want to be a policeman, you want to be an engineer, what do you need to do? So that in doing those ones, it may end you being an engineer or a doctor in future. So that's the main reason why we brought those people, just to give them the insight as to what they've been doing.
Okay. I guess it took you like some months or two to organize this.
No, I think it took us some 1 month, and then with the help of our PTA chairman, Reginald Ajayi, who is your CEO, yes, he also brought some people, and then we talked to others. So this morning we've had people to talk about education, talk about engineering, talk about insurance, entrepreneurship, and we hope that after the break, when we come back, we'll get a doctor to just talk to the children. So this is what we're doing.
And how do you feel about the speakers, their education to the kids? I'm sure you were around.
I think I'm impressed. I'm impressed by their delivery. Because they've done a very good work.
And were you not surprised at the questions your kids were also throwing?
Yes, you see, these kids, when you get closer to them, so interesting. Some of them are there. They can ask you a question, and if you don't take care, you fumble. And therefore, the way they were asking questions and other things, I was very, very happy. What we've done this year, maybe God willing, next year, if we can do something better, we'll have to read the standard a little. Maybe projectors and other things will have to come in, and then they may see the things that they want to see properly. Like the engineer said, if we have those things here, it will help them to understand who is this, who is that, and that will go a long way to improve their knowledge.
Okay. So I guess you had kids who also want to become like you.
No, me presently, my kids are all grown-ups.
I mean, like career children who wanted to be headmasters, teachers.
Normally, when you ask who wants to be a teacher, nobody seems to be owing up. But you know, the teacher taught them all, and therefore, what is important is, I believe, as they move gradually, those who want to be teachers will be teachers. Those who want to be engineers will be engineers, right?
Mrs. Nancy Intumi, the directress of the Rensi Royal Montessori School, was also grateful to parents for efforts made to find the career clothes for the awards just to make the occasion a remarkable one.
Yes, so impressed. Looking at the preschool level, the way the parents have taken their time to dress the children in their career, in their future career, that tells how disciplined and then really understandable parent that we have. Because looking at the costumes, they are very expensive, but you could see everybody is wearing, gracing the occasion so amazingly. So it's sort of a fun, and then the child trying to know what he or she will be in the near future. I was having a chat with a little boy, and then I was telling him, what do you want to do? He said, I'll be a pilot. I'll come and take you to US. And started laughing. It was so fun. It was so fun. So we are trying to educate the children on their future careers. I mean, what they will become in future. Starting with them at this time really boosts their morale to learn hard that, I'm a doctor, so I really want to learn how to achieve my doctorate.
Excited children of the school also revealed their reasons for choosing their respective career clothes and how they are planning to make their future a great one, especially for the country Ghana and the world at large.
Actually a science doctor, because I love science and I like checking on people to make them feel good about themselves before maybe they pass away or something like that. And science has been my long life dream. I've always wanted to produce, make robots and other inventions for the world to make the world a better place.
So because I like it.
Voice out.
I actually watch it on television. I see the way kids model, elderly people model, and it's nice, and I like it. And especially the dresses that they wear, I like it. I admire it a lot. That's why I want to be a.
You're watching the evening news at 6 on Adoa TV. We'll be back shortly.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with RwandAir today. RwandAir, the safest airline in Africa.
RwandAir, fly the dream of Africa.
City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240 926 564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emil's Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
Welcome back, and moving on to business now. Ghana is poised to showcase its immense investment opportunities to the international business community on its National Day, slated for March 8, 2022 at the ongoing Dubai Expo. The country's contingent will on the day highlight the government's commitment to promote creativity and display the huge prospects in critical sectors such as manufacturing, health, tourism, agriculture, and energy. A statement issued by the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, GIPC, noted that the big occasion will be graced by the President of Ghana, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, alongside key government stakeholders and major private industry players, availing a platform for high-profile attendees and network explore areas for collaboration.
Is poised to showcase its immense investment opportunities to the international business community on its National Day, slated for 8 March 2022 at the ongoing Dubai Expo. The country's contingent will on the day highlight government's commitment to promote creativity and display huge prospects in critical sectors such as manufacturing, health, tourism, agriculture, and energy. A statement issued by the Ghana Investment Promotion Center noted that the big occasion will be graced by His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, alongside government key stakeholders and major private industry players, availing a platform for high-profile attendees to network and explore areas for collaborations. It also noted that in the build-up to the country's National Day, a week-long set of stakeholders' engagement dubbed Ghana Investment Week will be earmarked on consisting of network events, business fora and summits to deepen the economic ties with prospective investors. Then on 8th March, the country will climax its participation in the World Expo with a host of events proposed to exhibit the country's business offer and cement its position at the top destination for investment in Africa. The activities will include an official Expo 2020, flag-raising ceremony, and a presidential cocktail event at the Dress Downtown. The country's participation in the Expo has been guided by its sub-team, Limitless Opportunities, in the promotion of creativity and exhibit a huge investment prospect in critical sectors.
And in other business news, the Ghana International Trade and Conference (GITFIC) has called for sanity within Ghana's trading space and urged the business community to be accommodative and adjust to government policies in the face of the effects of the coronavirus pandemic. Concerning the current global economic downturn as a result of the pandemic, economies around the world are critically revising and adjusting policies to keep governance afloat, GITFIC said in a statement issued by Chief Executive Officer Selassie Kofi Akom.
The Ghana International Trade and Finance Conference has called for sanity within Ghana's trading space and urged the business community to be accommodative and adjust to government policies in the face of the effects of COVID-19 pandemic. Ghana's economy is heavily import-driven. This is a known fact. Until recent times, Ghana had always recorded a trade deficit, a 30% reduction for all goods, and a 10% reduction on vehicles is a decisive and satisfactory move to please all stakeholders. Such a pivotal decision by government should be considered by the general trading community as an interim measure and subject to review in the soon future, depending on economic trade indicators within the import and logistics sector of Ghana's economy, considering the current global economic downturn. As a result of the pandemic, economies around the world are critically revising and adjusting policies to keep government afloat. Any proper, prudent, and competent manager of any economy will now appear to be unclearing and insensitive to its citizens. The call on government by some few selected stakeholders to sustain or abolish the benchmark values signifies a sense of dishonesty, relatively unfair and on-counter mood. However, we at the Ghana International Trade and Finance Conference do not blame these few selected stakeholders. The Ghana International Trade and Finance Conference appeal for sanity within the trading space for Ghana's economy and has urged the business community to be accommodative and adjust to government policies in this tough and rough period. We are all involved in building our motherland. This should not depart from our days and our daily lives. Let's trust in the system and be hopeful in our government.
That does it for business. Sports is next.
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240-926-564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emils Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with RwandAir today. RwandAir, the safest airline in Africa.
RwandAir, fly the dream of Africa.
Welcome back to the sports segment, and 16 pollers will compete in the 2022 arm wrestling battle for independence on Monday, March 7th, 2022. Yasmin Bukum Vampire Moro and Derek Asoka GH Kwachi both former champions will battle to regain their winning ways.
16 arm wrestlers will compete for the ultimate in this year's Independence Day battle. Champion Grace Minta of Ghana Police Service and Haruna Tahiru have their championship status on the line and must mount a strong defense if they want to hold onto their championship title. Yasmin, who defeated former champion Alberta Ampoma in the arm wrestling showdown, lost the title to Africa champion Grace Minta in the arm wrestling super match last August. The arm wrestling for independence challenge is on. Meanwhile, showbiz puller Derek Wache will have it tough as he comes face to face with the strongest Haruna Tahiru, who dethroned him in the super match after several years of dominance. Both pullers have avoided each other, thus making this event a show up or shut up contest where all contenders will battle to the next Supremo. The Ghana Wrestling Federation, in conjunction with the local organizing committee of the 13th African Games, the National Sports Authority, among others, has put the event together. Wisdom Abromche will face Captain Edward Asamoah of Ghana Immigration Service. Youth champion Prince Efum will challenge Issa Kunya. Abdul Aziz Wahab takes on Samuel Ajete Sowa, while Grace Comey and Rashid Dodoo face Jennifer Amuzu and Nathaniel Ejay respectively. After this event, the Arm Wrestling League will come off in April, while the National Championship is in for June with the Africa Arm Wrestling Championship marked for July.
And away from arm wrestling, Virgin's Outreach, a non-governmental organization, has handed over tennis equipment to St. Francis Foundation in Ashaiman to revive the sporting spirit in the country. The items, comprising over 2,000 new unused tennis balls, tennis wear, tennis rackets, and educational materials, were handed over to the head coach of St. Francis Foundation, Francis Menu.
Virgin's Outreach, a non-profit or volunteer organization whose mission is to provide low-cost and no-cost athletic apparel and equipment to the youth to get them active and improve their well-being, donated tennis equipment to the St. Francis Tennis Academy in Ashaman. CEO of the Virgin's Outreach, Jaina Isiedu of Outreach, and a former tennis player presented the items, which comprise of tennis rackets, balls, and tennis shoes. The Virgin's Outreach, within 2 weeks, has donated tennis equipment to St. Francis Tennis Academy and Police Depot Tennis Club to help revive the sporting spirit in the country. Speaking to the media, Gina Isiedu-Ofe, CEO of Virgin's Outreach, said, Virgin's Outreach is a non-profit organization, and the organization is here to reach out to the community by providing free tennis equipment and school supplies to the youth around the community.
Outreach is a non-profit organization that we use tennis to reach out to the community by providing free tennis equipment and school supplies to the youth around the community, pretty much. So it's a way of teaching the kids sportsmanship, developing the game of tennis. It also cuts out the economic barriers when it comes to the game of tennis. In the long run, tennis opens a lot of opportunities by way of scholarship, by way of networking, and the like. So our aim is to broaden their horizon through the game of tennis. So when this whole thing started, me for one, I'm a tennis player. So we started with courts that we have been affiliated to. Courts like Ashanti Club, like the Volta Region Tennis Club, just to mention a few. So we started with those clubs. We worked closely with the coaches to gather the kids for these events. So for today's event here at Ashaiman, Coach Francis is the one that gathers all these kids at his own expense, with his own time, to put these kind of events together. So last week, which was the 19th or the 17th, forgive me, we were in Ashanti Club we run a similar event there. Today we are here in Ashaiman. Next weekend we will be in the Volta Region Hall. The following weekend we'll be back in Accra. We'll be at the Atomic Club. That's just to mention a few, but that's how our events goes. We have these big events once in a year.
Okay, so what are some of the challenges?
Definitely financial, as in, when we get here, financially supporting the kids by way of refreshment, food. We would love to have more items. As of now, everything that we do has been out of pocket, out of the love of the game. So, we are calling upon anybody that's interested in making a difference in the community to join us, and let's impact lives. Let's mentor these kids. Let's develop their game. Let's show them something great. Yeah, I get it. So today they are playing drills. We are, working on technique. We're working on the fun part as well. But later they will be playing a short tournament. There are trophies for them. There are gifts and prizes for them as well. So it's drills and a mini tournament. So we're hoping.
And that is all for tonight on the evening news at 6 on Adoa TV. A recap of our top stories. The second batch of Ghanaian students who fled Ukraine over the Ukraine-Russia arrived safely in Ghana. And the Roads and Highways Minister Kwesi Amwaku-Atta says no loss of revenue has been incurred to the state since the cessation of road toll collection. And in business, Ghana is expected to engage global investors at the Dubai Expo, which is slated for March 8, 2022. For more news, log on to our website, www.adanewsonline.com. I am Benedicta Dodoo. The evening news is brought to you by Blue City Ties and Accessories and Rwanda Air. Thanks for staying with us. Enjoy the rest of our programs.